As you can tell, I am not Pastor Andy as he's away on vacation, but I am thrilled to be here this morning and be talking with all of you. Um, over the last few weeks on Sundays, Andy has been looking at this idea of childlike faith, not childish faith. And that got me thinking about when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I had the tendency to play a lot. And like many of you guys, I'm sure you guys got outside, played with your friends, and would get dirty and love playing all these different types of things. Now, when I was in kindergarten, there was this awesome movie that came out called Casper and Wendy. Some of you guys might remember that. And I remember being on the playground and they would pick parts. So, okay, you get to be Casper, you get to be the uncles, you get to play as Wendy, all these different things. And the amazing thing about children, when you tell them they are going to play a part, they just jump in. Regardless of the story or anything like that, there's not a lot of complaining. They're just happy for the experience that they're having. And so we're on the playground and we're getting into character, right? We were identifying with these characters, trying to figure out their motivations, what's going on. That way we could be better at playing this made-up game. Now, I think that the excitement kids have at the different roles in a story, we need to take a lesson from that, especially when it looks at how we look at scripture. Now, I think Christians, as they grow and as they read scripture, we have a tendency to do something. We tend to only look at the lessons and identify with the people we want to when we're reading through. Right? So when we sit there and we look at David and Goliath, we're sure that we're David. Or if we are looking at the story of Exodus, we're Moses, we're never the Egyptians. Right? We want to be the hero because in our minds, it is easier to look at the gifts and blessings God has given us than it is to look at our shortcomings and possibly the sin that we're struggling with. And so this clouds how we view scripture, and it clouds our understanding of ourselves and of God. Timothy 3:16 says, all scripture is inspired by God for the purpose of teaching. All of it. Even the parts we don't like or the parts we don't want to admit about ourselves. And so as we look at scripture, as we go on for the week, I challenge you guys. Look at scripture differently. Look at it like a child would. With excitement, but also the willingness to look at all the parts, to see them, understand them, and work through it. You guys